Hey, hello and welcome to our yet another video, and in this video we are going to solve the Khan University Examination Board Class 10 2023 model paper of physics, and we have got the paper 1 of this model paper. So let's start solving this paper. If a particle of the medium vibrates in the direction of propagation of wave, then we know that this type of wave is called longitudinal wave. So option C is the right answer. If the frequency of the wave is doubled, then what will be its effect on the time period? So time period is equal to 1 over f. So doubling the frequency would halve the time period. So the option B will be the right answer. If the time period of a simple pendulum is 2 seconds at the surface of the earth, then what will be its time period on the surface of the moon? So we know that time period of a simple pendulum is inversely proportional to square root of gravitational acceleration. So we know that at the surface of moon, the gravitational acceleration is less than that of earth. So in this way, the time period would be greater at the surface of the moon. So if the at earth is 2, then at the surface of the moon will be greater than 2. Option A is the right answer. If a mechanical wave moves from rare medium to dense medium, then which of the following factors will change during the refraction? So, in the process of refraction, the frequency always remains constant, while the traveling from rare to dense medium, wavelength decreases as well as the velocity of the wave decreases. So 1 and 2 is the right answer in option C. Question number 5. The sound energy passes through, per second through a unit area held perpendicular to the direction of wave. So this is the characteristic of sound, and this is actually the definition of intensity of the sound. So option C is the right answer. When a sound wave is incident on the surface of a medium, then it bounced back into the first medium, and we know that bouncing back phenomena is known as reflection, and if it is the reflection of sound, this reflection is termed as echo. So option A is the right answer. Which of the following characteristic of a musical sound depends on the frequency? So frequency is directly related to the pitch of the sound. Greater the frequency, the greater will be the pitch of the sound. In this way, option A is the right answer. Now let's see question number 8. Four vibrating objects that are X1, X2, X3 and X4 are producing sound. Then which sound will be the loudest one? So the loudness is a characteristic of sound that is directly proportional to area, and the loudness is directly proportional to amplitude. Greater area and greater amplitude will have the loudest sound. So in object X4, it has greatest area as well as the greatest amplitude. Option D will be the right answer. All of the following are the uses of compound microscope, except it is used for the observing the microorganism, that is right. Helps human being in the field of medical testing, that is also right. And helps to find the heavy body in the outer space, and it is used in forensic to examine evidences collected from the crime scene. So option C is the right answer. That is not the use of the compound microscope, because the option C, it is the use of a telescope, and telescope is used to see empty objects in our outer space. An object is placed between the principal focus F and the center of curvature 2F. Whenever the object is placed between F and 2F, the image form is always beyond the 2F, and the image form beyond 2F is always real and larger than the object. So the question 10 option C we can mark as the right answer. Question number 11. An image is formed at a distance of 32 cm from a concave mirror, that is a converging mirror, and it has a focal length that will be positive 12 centimeters. We have to find the object distance. So this is Q and this is F. So the mirror formula is written as 1 over F, 1 over P plus 1 over Q. So 1 over P will be equals to 1 over F minus 1 over Q, and Q minus F over FQ. So finally, the formula for P will become FQ divided by Q minus F. So value of F is 12 multiplied by 32, and divided by Q minus F. So it is 32 minus 12. So let's solve this. 12 multiplied by 32, and in the denominator it is 32 minus 12. So the answer will be 19.2 centimeters. Object distance is always taken as positive sense, so the correct answer is plus 19.2 in option B. The flow tide of a water tank appears to be at a depth of 3 meters, so it is the apparent depth of the pool. The refractive index of water is 1.33, that is N. We have to find the actual depth. So the formula of refractive index is N equals to real depth divided by apparent depth. So the real depth will be equals to N times dA. So N is 1.33 multiplied by the apparent depth is 3. So 1.33 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3.99 meters. So the correct answer is option D. Now let's see the next question. Which of the following statement is true about the image formed by a convex mirror? We know that this convex mirror is a diverging mirror, and diverging mirror and diverging lens always form the virtual image that are smaller than the object. So the correct answer is option C. Two capacitors of capacitance 6 and 3 microfarad are connected in a series combination and with the 18-volt battery. We have to find the equivalent capacitance. So the formula for series combination of capacitors is 1 over C equals 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2. So total capacitance will be equal to C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2. We can solve this formula by taking LCM and at last by taking the reciprocal. So C1 C2 are 6 multiplied by 3, and C1 plus 2 will become 6 plus 3. So 6 plus into 3 is 18 and 6 plus 3 is 9. So the total capacitance of these two capacitors will be 2 microfarad, Option A is the right answer. All of the following are the precautions which should be taken during installation of any electrical equipment. So, turn off all the attached peripherals, that means wires. If we are installing any electrical appliance, we should turn off every wire attached to it. Wear shoes with non-conducting rubber soles so that we cannot get the electric shock. Attach the electrical equipment to the AC powers and disconnect any telecommunication line from the system. So, the option D, that there is no connection between installing the electrical appliance with the telecommunication devices. Option D is not the precautionary measure, so it is the right answer. The electric force of repulsion between two electrons is 1 meter, and we have to find the force. So force will be equals to K, that is the Coulomb's constant, charge on electron, both electron, divided by R square. The value of K is 9 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 9, and 2 electrons are of charge 1.6 exponent minus 19 and 1.6 exponent minus 19. And this will be divided by the radius square, that is 1. So let's solve this. 9 exponent 9 multiplied by 1.6 exponent 9 exponent 9 multiplied by 1.6 exponent minus 19, and again multiplied by 1.6 exponent minus 19. So the correct answer will be 2.30 times 10 raised to the power minus 28. The force between two electrons will be this, that is in option C. Let's see question number 17. We have got the combination of capacitors, that is 5, 5 and 5, and all three capacitors are connected in parallel combination. So the total capacitance in parallel combination is always the sum of all the capacitors. So if we add these three capacitors, we will get 15 microfarad, that is in option D. All electrical appliances are connected in parallel to each other between the live and neutral wire in a domestic AC home supply. In light of the given statement, which of the following option is true for electric current and potential difference? So we know that in parallel combination, the current always remains same. Current is always different, while in parallel combination, the potential difference is always same. So in this way, option C will become our right answer, that current varies and potential remains same. If the length and diameter of a solid cylindrical shaped conductor is doubled, then what will be the resistance? So we know that the resistance R is equal to rho L over A, and the area is equal to pi r square, and radius is equals to 2 times the diameter. So area will be equals to pi r square. So value of R is 2d square. Then it is equal to 4 pi d square. So the area of the cylindrical shape cross-sectional area is equals to 4 pi d square. So let's double the length and double the area. So area is equals to 4 pi d square. So diameter, if we double the diameter, so it will become 4 pi 2d square. So the resistance would become rho 2L divided by 4 pi into 4D square. This 2 and this 4 will be cancelled out. So finally resistance will be equals to rho L divided by 4 pi and 2D square. This means that the resistance would decrease to half, because when we double the length, resistance also double, and if we double the diameter, the resistance decreases to 4 times. So in short, overall effect of the resistance will be that it becomes half. We have got two metallic conductors in B. Length of metallic conductor is increased and cross-sectional area of conductor B is also increased. With reference to given situation, what will be the resistance of conductor? So for A and B conductor, the length of the conductor is increased. So if we increase the length, resistance is directly proportional to length, and cross-sectional area of conductor B is increased. So by increasing the area, the resistance is inversely proportional to area. So for conductor A, resistance will increase, and for conductor B, the resistance would decrease. So option B is the right answer. In this following circuit, which circuit or which path will receive the lowest magnitude of current? We know that the resistance is the opposition in the flow of current, so the greater resistance would allow less current to pass through it. So we can see that there are three resistors that are connected in series in the path 1. This means that total resistance in path 1 is greater as compared to 2, 3 and 4. This means there will be greater resistance and there will be less current. So the correct answer is option A. Question number 22. The purpose of using transformer in an electric circuit is to change the voltage or current. So the purpose of transformer or the use of transformer is to increase the voltage in the secondary coil or decrease the voltage in the secondary coil. So the correct answer is option D. The direction of force on a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field can be determined by Fleming's left-hand rule. So the Fleming left-hand rule states that the thumb represents the force, forefinger represents the field, and the middle finger represents the current. If a conductor passes through a magnetic field twice with different speed, then which of the following option is correct with respect to speed and induced EMF? So we know that the induced EMF is directly proportional to the speed of the conductor. Greater the speed of the conductor inside a magnetic field, then greater magnitude of induced EMF will be produced. So option A is the right answer. If the current through a coil of a electromagnet reverses, then what will happen to the magnetic field? We know that the current produces magnetic field. Greater magnitude of current produces large amount of magnetic field. The stronger magnetic field, or if it reverses the direction of current, then the direction of magnetic field also reverses. So option C is the right answer. Let's see question 26. The electromagnets are commonly used in different electrical instruments except one. So we know that in generators, in motors, we have got the magnets, while in toasters we have got electromagnetic, Irons are the one in which we do not use any electromagnet. So option A is the right answer. Then question 27, we have to identify a NAND gate. So the NAND gate is the opposite of the AND gate. So option B is the right answer. The CRO is not used for. So CRO can be used as the voltmeter. It is used to measure the currents, and it is used to study the effect of electric field on the moving charge. It is not used to measure the effect of background radiation. For that, the background radiation detectors are used. So option C is the right answer. Question number 29, we have to identify the fundamental gate. So all of the following are the fundamental gates except the one. So the OR operation, the NOT operation, and operation. These three are known as the basic logic operations, while the NOR is a combination of NOT and OR. So the correct answer is option C. In thermionic emission, a beam of tiny particles is emitted upon heating the filament, and these particles are known as electrons because the thermionic emission process occurs at the surface of the metal, and the metal contains large number of free electrons that are emitted when we heat the filament. In electronics, the characteristics of analog quantity is, so the analog quantities are those that changes continuously over a given range of time. Option C of this question is the right answer. Question number 32. Nowadays, laptops are light in weight, small in size, and consume less power. All of the following components of IT are used to make this possible, except so the hard drive, read-only memory, and the random access memory are all the components of the IT um that are used to make this possible. For the situation that is given in question 32. So World Wide Web has no connection with the situation that is given in the statement. So option B is the right answer. All of the following are the advantages of internet, except for the one. So internet make us enable to faster communication, strong computer security, and big source of information, and quick access to online services. So the advantage of internet is that we can communicate faster. It is a source of big information, and we can access a quick access to the online services with the help of internet. So option B is the right answer. Light is confined with the core of the simple optical fiber by a process that is known as total internal reflection, in which light is traveling from denser to rarer medium, and it bounces back into the denser medium when it strikes at an angle greater than critical angle. Large amount of information or data can be stored in a device, and this device is known as hard disk. According to Rutherford atomic model, the positive charge in an atom is confined at the central part of an atom, and that central part is known as nucleus. So the correct answer is option A. Question number 37. Isotope or topes of an element can be identified by their neutron number or their mass number. So we cannot identify any of the isotope on the basis of its number of protons, because two isotopes has the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. So if we got the two nucleus of the same elements, we can see the number of neutrons and its mass, so we can identify uh, the stable atom and its isotope. So the correct answer is option C, 1 and 3. Gamma rays has the penetration power that is most among the uh, radioactive radiation, because gamma is a chargeless and massless particle. Due to this property, the gamma rays has a very least interaction with the matter, so it does not um, has the ability to ionize the gas. So it has the most penetration power than alpha and beta. In this way, option B is the right answer. If a radioactive element has a half-life of 60 seconds, then the quantity of isotope after 120 seconds will be. So in 120 seconds, we will have the first half-life at 60 seconds. So after 60 seconds, the quantity will be reduced to half, and after the second half-life, that will be at 120 seconds, the radioactive element would reduce to again half, that is 1/4. So the correct answer is option C. Here we got the last question of this 2023 model paper. Nuclear fission reaction can be produced by bombarding um particles, neutrons in uranium-92, and we bombard neutrons, but these neutrons are slow neutrons, and these slow neutrons uh, strikes the nucleus of uranium, that makes it more unstable, and to gain stability, that uranium split it into two fission fragments of krypton and barium. So for now, the correct answer is slow neutrons. So option B of this question is the right answer.